This will be a short one, and I don't usually do voiceover, but I figured some of this needed explaining. So I'm going to go over the perks first. It's been played almost exclusively in hard mode Siege. I'm not sure I even touched normal Siege on test. Went live yesterday and was very successful with it, so I figured I would share it. Most of the perks are normal perks that you would take on an attack. There are some debate on whether or not you want more weapon damage or knockback protection. I go with the knockback protection. Also debate between Emperor's Judgment for more self-defense damage, really, over the ammo, since the ammo is purchasable in Siege mode. This is the big change, or one of the big changes. Secure stockpile is a must. Not only does it benefit everybody on your team, you normally cannot regen equipment without using a scan over much more valuable scan use. So first column in gear, which are the most important, vital data I have tested versus target lock. I stick with target lock. This is more situational than you would think and less effective than you would think. A more skilled player than I am might make better use of vital data than the equipment damage. The equipment damage under scan has become invaluable with shock grenades for crowd control, bottlenecking, stopping Terminus from moving too much if you need to scan them. It is really a shock grenade perk, in my opinion, and of course frags. Crack grenades will do what they will do. More damage is always good. Melta bombs don't need any help, obviously. Huge debate here would be the extra 75% damage. The radius doesn't seem to matter too much, since most of the maps are not way out in the open. The equipment, I just wouldn't use it. It's not worth it. I'm already regenning equipment, and I'm not after Majoris in particular most of the time, unless it's a large group of them. The parry scan, overpowered. Of course you'd use it. I have used both. I got more use out of the extra damage to take down Terminus than using this on Extremis and Majoris for the most of the time. You can make an argument that if you parry or block a Terminus, that this would be the way to go because it will make the mark last longer, but the 75% that precise calibration provides is invaluable for Terminus kills for sure. All of the Extremists, this is all in hard mode by the way, all of the Extremists are a little bit harder to take down, and there's a lot more of them. So the more damage you can do, especially biovores, things like that, groups of them when they come out over the wall after your squad. Anyway, this would be my choice, but it's arguable. That is player preference for sure, and I would say that the vital data would be player's choice. This I have not found any use for in Siege mode, only because of the last one. Concentrated fire doesn't move, so not scanning the Minoris with it to make anything that's going to run out of it last any longer, it just doesn't make any sense. There's an argument there, I'm sure. Neither of these perks made any more sense. This is almost a must for it. And now this is the choice. There are too many Extremists, and there's this too long a cooldown. That's why I don't use it. This has become the go-to. I don't think I've seen a tactical use anything but Radiating Impact since it got put in. We'll go to Prestige. Obviously, more ammo, health, and stims. You get beat up a lot. Depending on the type of melee weapon and sidearm you go with, you may have trouble clearing out Minoris that will jump on you. The health just makes it better. Obviously, the stim can get rid of a wound from further away from full health. Here's the big one, spare power. I thought was a joke when it was introduced last patch. It is invaluable to this build, getting 50% back. Like I said, there's an argument to be made with vital data. because you can buy your own ammo boxes for 30 requisition in a Siege. You can spread them out all over the place, and it loads all your ammo and your grenades. So I understand there are arguments. This is my current build. I did 70k in 18 waves and about 10,000 melee damage. So 70 is respectable in my opinion. The heavy with the plasma did, I want to say, 10k more than me throughout those 18 waves. And he's a skilled player. I am not the most skilled. This is definitely a street sweeper build, but you do want to pick and choose because your scan doesn't move. That being said, there are other things like second look and another one that is when your health is low, it regens faster. I found them to be situational to the point of not choosing them at all. This has been my optimum build so far, other than, like I said, an argument for parry scan and perhaps Emperor's Judgment if you're more concerned with the bolter's regular fire, which is really garbage. It's the worst bolter as far as regular rounds are concerned. Which we'll look at that. There's only one version. You go with the grenade launcher and spec it out for ammo, not for reloads, not for headshots. I mean, you can get some extra perks in here, like killing Majoris for armor. That's great. Any extra damage for Terminus is all going to affect your grenades. So anything that affects the regular bolter fire is just gravy, I guess. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's not bad for Majoris, but if you try and take down Minoris, if you try and take a Majoris down with this gun, with the regular fire, you are going to be disappointed. Sidearm. This is preference for anybody. A lot of people argue plasma. I go with a hit point regen, gun strike reload. This is a good spec. Go with the ammo version. I don't use my sidearm much, but when I do have to use a sidearm, it has a lot of ammo. It does a lot of damage. So it is my first choice. And for close combat, block artificer for speed and clearing. Most people use fencing. I like fencing. It just isn't fast enough. If I've got termagants and hormagaunts just jumping all over me, this will sweep them right out. Spec'd into double stomp. I am not skilled in the full throttle skip. If you are, I would go that route so you could do your shoulder bash over and over and over, and that will help you a ton. Obviously, there's been many videos. A lot of things I learned from Higher Thought Gaming and Brent Cox, some of the attacking patterns of them, and of course the S-tier guys that run solo everything. Just watching them is something else. You learn a lot about positioning, and this build isn't so much about positioning but about timing. You got to know when to let loose and when not to let loose. It's about all I got to say. You can leave a comment if you like. I streamed it live so that I didn't have to record it. I'm not good at editing or anything like that, but someone wanted me to share this build, so I made this video.